You're eating in front of the television, scrolling through your phone, or working at your desk. You finish your meal and you don't even remember eating it. This habit is actually sabotaging your fat loss, and here's why. I'm Dr. John D'Ambrosio, chiropractor for over 32 years, author of the book Fasting That Works, and at 58, I lost 20 pounds of fat while maintaining muscles. One of the most important changes anybody can make is about eating. It's really eating without distractions. And this is so hard because you're used to sitting and eating and scrolling through your phone. But when you eat while distracted, your brain, it doesn't register that you ate. You're watching TV, checking emails, or even driving. Your attention is split. You're putting food in your mouth, but your brain isn't processing the signals of fullness. So this is really cool. Studies show that people who eat while distracted consume significantly more food and feel less satisfied than people who eat without distractions. Huge, right? Your body sends satiety or fullness signals during a meal. Stretch receptors in the stomach signal also when your body is full. Hormones like leptin tell your brain you've had enough. But these signals take time to reach your brain and actually register. So if you're totally distracted, you override these signals. You keep eating past the point of satisfaction. Why? Because your brain hasn't caught up. You finish eating your entire plate, even though you would have stopped maybe halfway if you were actually paying attention to what you're eating. This is why people who sit in front of the television and eat, or eat while working, they eat or overeat way more than they want to. They sit down with a reasonable portion, but they're not focused on the food. They eat mechanically. Their brain is elsewhere, and before they know it, they've just shoveled the food in their mouth, the plate is empty, and they're still looking for more food. They never felt satisfied because their brain, it actually never registered the meal. Now, compare this to eating without distractions. So you sit down at a table, no phone, no TV, no laptop. You focus on your food. You taste it. You chew slowly. You notice when you start feeling full. Your brain processes the satiety signals in real time. Halfway through the meal, you realize you're satisfied. You stop eating. You've consumed less food, but feel more satisfied than if you had eaten distracted and finished the entire plate. Weird, but true. Now, this is especially important when you're doing intermittent fasting with just 2 meals a day. You have this limited eating window, and if you're overeating during that window because you're distracted, what happens? You're actually sabotaging your results. You might be fasting for 16 hours, but if you're eating an extra 500 to 1,000 calories per meal because you're not paying attention, sadly, you're not going to lose fat. Now, here's another problem with distracted eating, and you may not really have thought about this. You don't build a healthy relationship with food. And this is so important and so overlooked. Eating becomes something you do while doing something else. It's not intentional, it's not mindful, it's just fuel you kind of shovel in while working or watching TV. This disconnects you from your body's hunger and fullness cues. You stop being able to tell when you're actually hungry versus when you're just bored or stressed. When you eat without distractions, you reconnect those cues. You notice, hey, I'm actually kind of full after this much food. I don't need to finish the plate. Or, you know what, I'm not really hungry. I'm just bored. Now, this awareness makes fasting way easier. You stop eating whenever you don't need food. You don't overeat during your eating window, and your body's natural hunger and satiety signals actually work the way they're supposed to. So, how do you fix it? Glad you asked. Sit down at a table for every meal. No phone, no TV, no laptop. Just you, your food, your family. If you're eating with other people, you can have a conversation. If you're alone, just eat. Focus on the food. Taste it, chew it, savor it. Notice when you start feeling full. When you hit that point, stop. Even if there's food left on the plate, you don't need to finish it just because it's there. Now, granted, this takes practice, especially if you've been eating distracted for years. The first few times, it feels kind of weird. I'm not going to lie. You're not used to just sitting and eating. Your brain wants stimulation. But after a few meals, it actually becomes normal, just like anything else, repetition. And you'll notice something interesting. You feel more satisfied with less food, and you're actually enjoying your meals more. And you stop overeating because your brain finally has a chance to register fullness. So here's the bottom line: eating while distracted makes you overeat and feel less satisfied. Sit down, remove distractions, and focus on your food. Your brain registers the fullness and you eat less, and fat loss becomes easier. It's not like eating popcorn at a movie. You've already gone through the tub, you didn't even notice it. All right, there's a link in the bio for a free cheat sheet to get started, or a link for the full course if you want the complete system.